There is no end in sight, no off-ramp for the Russians, and seemingly no serious movement in negotiations for a ceasefire in the now 25 days long war in Ukraine. As we come on the air, the scenes of death and devastation in the port city of Mariupol are abhorrent, and the city is on the verge of being completely under Russian control. We've got a lot to get to today. We want to begin with the latest news from Ukraine, and we'd like to warn you some of the images you will see in this broadcast could be disturbing. Charlie D'Agata has been in Ukraine since before the Russians invaded, and he reports today from Kyiv. Charlie?
Good morning, Margaret. The horrific situation unfolding in Mariupol took an even darker turn this morning. Ukrainian officials have accused Russian forces of bombing a school where hundreds were taking shelter and now claim residents are being forcibly taken to Russia. They lie where they died. So many bodies all over Mariupol, some buried right on the spot. Drone footage reveals the extraordinary destruction after weeks of relentless bombing. Whole neighborhoods in ruins in what human rights groups describe as a catastrophe. City council officials say Russian soldiers are forcibly deporting several thousand residents to Russian territory, like this refugee center in the Russian port city of Taganrog. Resident Lyudmila Slivka said they didn't have much choice. The Russian soldiers gave us 10 minutes, saying, if you want to live, go. Her husband Victor said the whole of Mariupol is gone. There's nothing left alive. In a late-night address, President Vladimir Zelensky condemned Russia's constant bombardment, saying the terror inflicted onto this peaceful city will be remembered for centuries. Hospitals have been overwhelmed, with exhausted medics unable to keep up with the amount of civilian casualties coming through the doors. The civilian death toll is mounting as fighting rages in multiple regions across Ukraine. On the outskirts of Kyiv, Ukrainian troops are stuck in a brutal back-and-forth battle to keep the Russian offensive at bay. The capital's defense systems have intercepted some incoming missiles, but others have struck right in the heart of the city. Intentionally targeting civilians or not doing enough to protect them constitutes a war crime. And in this residential neighborhood in the capital and other cities, there's plenty of growing evidence. As Russia has stepped up its air campaign, the Russian Defense Ministry now claims it fired a second hypersonic missile since the invasion began, with Ukrainian forces having fought Russian troops to a standstill in some areas, a show of force that Russia still holds the upper hand in firepower. With growing international pressure unable to stop the fighting, the Ukrainian government has now urged China to join Western countries in condemning what it calls Russian barbarism. Margaret?
Charlie D'Agata, thank you.